The opening pasuk of this week's Parashas starts off by saying that these are the years of Sarah's life. Then the pasuk repeats it and ends off by saying, these are the years of Sarah's life. Rashi straight away explains to us that the reason why it mentions it twice, that these are the years of Sarah's life, to tell us they were all equal for good. Kulam shavim l'teva. They were all good years. And the obvious question is that really true? Sarah had a rather difficult life. She didn't have children for 90 years. Was that easy? Was that kulam shavim l'teva? Was that all good? She was also held captive by Paroi Avimelech. So how can we understand what Rashi is telling us? The Gemara in Tanis relates the following story which we can use for an answer. There was a famous Tana called Nochem Nishgamzu, and he was selected to bring a box of precious stones and gems for the king of Rome. On his journey, he spent the night in an inn. To his shock and dismay, he woke up in the morning and the box of jewels was replaced with a bunch of dirt. And what did he say? Gamzu l'tova. Also this is for the good. Came to the king and he showed him the box, and the king got very angry. And he wanted to kill all the Jews. And Eliyahu Navi appeared and came and spoke to the king, and he was looking like one of the king's advisors, and he said to him, just like Avraham Avinu had his special dirt, which turned into weapons, turned into arrows, and was able to defeat the enemy, maybe this is the same dirt, the same mud. Maybe you should try it out. And it was at that time where he was trying to conquer one of the nations, which he was not successful, and he tried it, and it worked, and he was victorious. With this, the king of Rome was so happy. What he did was, he filled up that very box with stones and gems and gave it back to Nochem Nishgamzu, and besides, he was saved from any punishment or the Yidden from being killed. He got a whole box of gems and stones for himself. This is a person who was in the worst situation. He could have feared the worst, but he always realized and knew that anything which happens is good. There's no such thing as bad. And even if he couldn't see it yet, he knew that it was going to be good. Sarah lived this life. She knew that everything Hashem does is for the good, even the hard times when she couldn't have children, when she was held captive. Everything in her life, she viewed it as good. Not because she could see the good yet, but if Hashem does something, it's for the good. And this is exactly what Rashi is telling us. Kulam shavim l'tova. All her years of her life was good because this is how she viewed it. She understood that everything Hashem does in one's life is for the good. And that's how we can say that the whole life of Sarah was good. You should all have an amazing Shabbos.